How's everybody doing today? I certainly hope you're doing well. Now, man, I tell you what, I just got to share some thoughts with you here. First of all, the incident that occurred yesterday in what happened in New York, there's something wrong with that story. This morning I went to Yahoo, just, check email and such, and I noticed that Yahoo is running a story that this guy planned this for weeks. Hogwash. Nonsense. No. He didn't plan it for weeks. Do you know how we know that? Well, because anywhere in the United States, regardless of what state you're in, regardless of what town you're in, if somebody wants to obtain a weapon, they can have it instantaneously. Just that quick. So you mean to tell me some guy, 29 years of age, planned this for weeks, and he ends up with essentially a cap gun and a paintball gun. Did I get that right? No. Hogwash. You see how ridiculous that sounds? Here's another thing. This is only my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying this is my opinion. It is my opinion that the vehicle was taken over by remote control. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. And the reason why I say that is because a multitude of reasons and a multitude of pieces of information have been obtained where things don't match. And how's that? Well, the perpetrator of the supposed crime that occurred yesterday, oddly enough, he has a brother that in 2007 was assassinated. Well, why would that be? Because he was a journalist. He was a journalist for Free Radio, Voice America, a plethora of other news organizations in which he was stomping on the government of his homeland, and essentially he was assassinated. Okay? But this was back in 2007. What's really strange about that is that a .gov website updated their website on October 25th, 6 days before the incident, but the update was talking about his brother. What? So, hold on a second. Let me see if I get this straight. You mean to tell me a story that was written in 2007, 10 years ago, just happened to be updated on October 25th of 2017, 10 years later, and 6 days before his brother pulled a Peter Pan in New York? No. No, buddy, no. No, I just don't believe it. Now, somebody, a very good friend of mine, mentioned in Skype that, well, Monty, I think the reason why the update occurred is because there was some sort of party with it in his family, and they built some sort of shrine in their living room, and they had some sort of get-together, and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. That just doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't. And the reason why I believe that the vehicle was commandeered is because when that guy, and it's on video, buddy, so there's no escape, when that guy pulls himself out of that vehicle, first of all, the airbag did not deploy. Did you notice that? He's renting that from Home Depot. He's renting that from a commercial business, and you mean to tell me that they turned off the airbag? Why would that be? So, for people that do investigations like that, look into it. Right? And when he gets out of that truck, he's stumbling around like he doesn't know where he's at. That's not someone that planned. No. That is somebody who is confused. That is somebody that is dumbfounded of their own situation. So try to imagine to yourself, you get in your car, and it's a brand new car. Let's say it's 2014, 15, 16, 17. You get in your car and you're just going to tool off to work, and before you know it, someone else is controlling the acceleration. Somebody else is controlling the brakes, the turn signals. You think that's impossible? It's not impossible. It happens all the time. Because hackers can get into those vehicles and commandeer them and do whatever they want. So how are you going to just jump out of the truck? Well, you're not. If it's speeding down anywhere, you're not going to get out of it. You might attempt to, but with those hacks, they can also control the locks. Again, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that's my opinion. Here's another factor. The perpetrator of what occurred yesterday in New York, he owned two businesses. What were those businesses? Car dealerships. Wait a minute. So he's very fluid when it comes to vehicles anyway, and new vehicles himself. Is that right? So you mean to tell me he travels from one state to another state, rents this truck to do what he did? Something's wrong, buddy. Something is wrong. Again. Something is very wrong again. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. There is a thing called the military-industrial complex. You may not believe it. You might think it's hogwash. You might think it's a fairy tale. But it's not a fairy tale. And there always has to be some sort of conflict somewhere in the world in order for the military-industrial complex to continue. Because that's how they make their money. That's how they make their deals and all this stuff. So you constantly have to have some sort of conflict. Not a war, you gotta have conflicts. So that way it perpetuates and continues on through arms sales to prop up certain governments, factions, both financially and politically. So here the American people are flipping out because you have the incident that occurred in Las Vegas, right? Now you have a new incident that occurred in New York. Then you have upcoming events that haven't happened yet. Unreal. You have all these other individuals that are staunch supporters of our president. You have other factions within the government, the shadow government, the black government, the white government, that are staunch enemies of Trump, and they're always figuring out little things to do to get him out of there, right? To take him out, and certainly not to lunch. It's horrible, man. It's horrible, right? That's just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. It's just my opinion. I'm a nobody, see? And to all the other nobodies out there, I want to turn you on to yet another nobody. There's a cat by the name of Howling Sarge. He's a veteran, right, of the United States military. And he talks about how he was automatically censored on Twitter because of his statements about certain people or certain subjects or whatever. And he was automatically put in the internet corner, if you will. Well, why would that be? Because all the algorithms that are being written for Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and all these other websites is automatic, because they don't have the actual personnel to sit there and babysit every single tweet. So they're writing algorithms, and they're remote controlling the opposition. That's what they're doing, see? So they toss you in the internet corners so you'll behave. And Howling Sarge had an excellent point. He truly did. He said, let me get this right. I can't speak freely on your platform, but yet other people and other things that I've seen, and we've all seen it, these people can burn the American flag. These people can say naughty things against our president of our country. These people can disrespect Christians and make threats and all kinds of insidious nonsense against everyday citizens, and that's okay. But God forbid, if you speak out against those very things that those parties, peoples, individuals, or classes do against the other. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we got it right. I'm going to leave his link to his video. It's very short. It's like 2-3 minutes long, if that. But he gets right to the point, man. And if you're ex-military, check it out, man. You will really like it. You sure will. I'm not even in the military. I've never been in the military. But I tell you what, he's got a damn good point. He sure does. Sergeant's a great guy. He sure is. He's pro-Second Amendment and all that good stuff, you know. So if you're anti-Second Amendment, in other words, you know, if you're of that mindset, don't go watch that video. It's probably a very bad idea for you, okay? You wouldn't understand, you know. I'm going to also leave an archived link down below of what appears to be the brother of the individual that pulled off that nonsense in New York just yesterday, that was taken out but not to lunch in 2007. I wonder who his other brothers are. I'm Montagraph, and if you can't speak freely or simply not free, have a good day.